Yo, here we go. So let's get right to it. Is Katt Williams crazy? Is Katt Williams crazy? Well, first and foremost, crazy is not a mental health term. According to the American Psychological Association, crazy is not a mental health term. Secondly, when it comes to the word crazy and the way that we use it in our society, particularly in the black community, it has multiple meanings, which means it's going to be subjective to the person who is observing the act or observing what's going on, right? So you have it that crazy is not a mental health term, and you have it that crazy is subjective to the person who is watching the action or hearing what's going on. But don't worry, I'm going to go a little deeper. So, is it crazy to be in the park where it's drizzling, clearly, wearing the 37-pound vest, get ready to go walk 5 miles and do 250 push-ups? Is that crazy? For no reason at all, just for the simple fact that I told my subconscious I'm going to do it, and I'm doing it for my health. Is that crazy? But let's go down the list. So, when particularly black people use the word crazy, it means one of three things. It means either you said something crazy, you did something crazy, or it's actually a person that they know that's getting actually a check because of some type of actual mental illness. All right? So, when it comes to Katt Williams, he almost had a 3-hour interview where he was coherent, he was clear, he was concise for almost 3 hours. Most people can't go more than 15, 20 minutes before they start sounding like idiots. You hear him all the time on social media. So, is that part? No. Usually if a person says something that they wouldn't say, they'd be like, man, that's crazy, right? Or if a person does something that they wouldn't normally do, like go walking in the park in the rain, man, that's crazy. We use these terms like they don't mean nothing. All words mean something. So, I say that to say, is Katt Williams crazy? No, Katt Williams isn't crazy. Like a lot of entertainers and actors and things like that, they operate on a higher level, a higher way of thinking. Okay, their comedy is just different. You can talk about Dave Chappelle and the Chris Rocks. Their comedy is just different. It's on a higher level. You have to understand, like a lot of political comedy, you have to understand. And what they tend to do, certain comedians, is bring their comedy down so the average person can digest it, right? It's one of the things I tend to do whenever it comes to mental health and psychology. Going through all these different terminologies and things like that is me helping you to understand how this mental health thing works. It's for me giving you examples of how this mental health thing works versus using all that terminology that the APA likes to use. And something they call the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, the DSM-5. That's their Bible that they use. If it's not in there, it doesn't exist. There's a lot of words and stuff in there. It's just above most people's pay grade. So what I do is I read that stuff, I digest it, and I deliver it so that you're better to understand how your subconscious is working. Back to Katt Williams. There's a lot of things he was saying, even to Shannon, that it was like going over Shannon's head. But the people who understood would be like, he's saying stuff. But people who don't would be like, well, he's crazy. Right? So at the end of the day, no. Katt Williams is not crazy. It's on a whole higher level thing that you don't understand. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, somebody's crazy because they don't understand why they're doing the things they're doing. They don't understand it. Man, that's crazy. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go to the park and go walking. Man, that's crazy. Some people just don't understand. They call it crazy because they're not on that level. All right? I hope y'all understand that. So, time to go out here and get these miles knocked out. Because why? That's crazy.